Hi, Assalamualaikum, and a very good morning to all. So, first of all, I will be introducing myself. My name is Nik Aida Fatiha binti Nifitri, and I am the project consultant. So, let me introduce my team member. Firstly, I got Puan Hartini Suyanti as a strategic planning consultant. And then, secondly, I got Puan Rafiza binti Mat Shobian. She is the strategic leadership consultant. And then, third, we got Cik Nur Aisyah binti Abrahman. She is the management consultant. And lastly, I got one Nur Mutmainah. She is the our research and analysis consultant. So in this project, we will be the consultant of NGO Mercy Malaysia. And let's get ahead into the first slide. Hi, since this project is mainly focused on being a consultant or firm to the NGO, so we have chosen Mercy Malaysia to be our clients. So this is our expertise and focus. As we can see here, our expertise is in humanitarian and medical relief. Our focus is on emergency response and health program. And then we specialize skills in disaster preparedness and recovery. And then lastly, we experience in training and development volunteers. So for the core services, same as our expertise, it is we in emergency medical relief, disaster response, and humanitarian aid. International humanitarian mission, just like NGO Mercy Malaysia, their first mission is at Congo, and then capacity building and training. So this is our hierarchy structure. Myself, as a project consultant, I'll be oversees company strategy, client engagement, and high-level project delivery. So strategic planning consultant, my team member, she's gonna lead strategy development and implementation. And then thirdly, I got a leadership consultant. She leads the leadership development and workshops. So my management consultant, she will lead process improvement and client engagement, where she will be assisting me. And then lastly, I got research and analysis consultant. She will lead in analysis and reporting. So basically, we are over 10 years of experience in humanitarian and NGO focused consulting, including crisis response and operational decision making. So track record in providing practical field information solution under resource constraints. So let's get into introduction. So Mercy Malaysia is a medical relief society, Malaysia. It's a leading non-profit humanitarian organization which established in 1999 by Dr. Jamilah Mahmud. She is the founder, with the mission to provide medical relief, sustainable health development, and risk reduction program to vulnerable communities, both locally and internationally. The organization is committed to delivering the impartial and enduring disaster, conflict, and public health emergencies, guided by the principle of compassion, integrity, and professionalism. So currently, Dr. Ahmad Faizal Muhammad Yusof serves as the chairman, providing the strategic leadership to ensure that Mercy Malaysia maintains operational excellence and ethical governance. Through collaboration with local authorities, these international agencies, community partners, Mercy Malaysia continues to respond effectively to humanitarian crisis while empowering communities and building resilience for the future. So now let's get into the current management challenge that Mercy Malaysia face. So firstly, the financial and operational challenge. So firstly, financial challenge. This non-profit organization heavily relies on donation and external funding, which can lead to unstable financial management. So secondly, limited and uncertain funding. The lack of stable budget significantly impacts program planning. Without sufficient funding, it's challenging to commit to other charitable initiatives, potentially harming long-term sustainability. And then we got HR challenge as the challenge in Mercy. So although volunteers come from diverse background, recruiting and managing them with shared humanitarian values and commitment levels can be difficult because every person have a different background and their humanitarian levels is different. And lastly, we have the decision making. In a complex and high risk environment, management must make quick and effective decisions to support the team in doing the charity. Now, I will be sharing about the importance of applying management principle. So, firstly, planning. This planning is very important. This is to enable preparedness during emergency and allow focus on priority programs and timely response. So secondly, this Mercy nonprofit organization must organize. Firstly, they must clarify roles and responsibilities. And secondly, improve coordination between staff and volunteer. So basically, this organizing part will be in HR part because they are the only one that knows the roles and responsibilities for everyone, volunteers and management. Thirdly is leading. Firstly, they have to motivate and encourage the team so that the volunteer or the team will be happy and share the same humanitarian value so that they can deliver the support in happy way. Secondly, is to uphold ethical values and commitment to the organization mission. And then lastly, number four, we got controlling. The first one is monitor and evaluate activities. And secondly is promote accountability and transparency to continuous improvement.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Hatini Suyanti binti Mamanasi. I am strategic planning consultant. Today I will present an analysis of the decision making process and its important in non-profit organization with a specific focus on Mercy Malaysia. First, what is decision making? Decision making is the cognitive process of selecting a course of action from several available alternatives to achieve a desired outcome. In a non-profit context, this involves choices about program, resource allocation, ethical standards, and measuring success, which must align with the organization missions and value. At Mercy Malaysia, effective decision making is crucial because they are directly impact our ability to deliver it efficiently. We got four important of decision making. First, optimal resource allocation, deciding where and when to deploy limited funds, volunteer, and medical supplies to maximize impact and save life. Second, accountability, making transparent and decision to donor and beneficiaries, which is essential for continued support and adherence to humanitarian standard. Third, timeliness. Rapid decision making during crisis is critical to ensure it is timely, appropriate, and relevant to the immediate needs and affected community. Lastly, long-term sustainable. Decision must balance immediate emergency need with a long-term goal like community resilience and sustainable development, requiring a strategic approach to ensure lasting impact. Mercy Malaysia face several decision-making challenges inherent to the humanitarian sector. We have five current decision-making problems. First, balancing local versus global need. Decision often involve balancing local mission prices with international disaster, leading to public criticism about priorities for various stakeholders. Funding volatility. Reliance on reactive public donation will flow in during high profit disaster but makes consistent core funding and long-term planning difficult. Third, managing in-kind donation. During massive disaster like 2004 tsunami, unsolicited and usable in-kind donation like clothes become unmanageable, requiring decision to appeal to the public to stop sending specific item. Fourth, coordination with data gap. Challenge in seamless coordinating with all stakeholders, local partner, government and other NGO, bridging data gap for all sector for data-centric planning. Lastly, addressing the last mile. Assessing remote areas affected by disaster due to destroyed infrastructure remain a primary challenge requiring repeat on-the-ground decision by field team. The most suitable model for mercy Malaysia is a hybrid approach integrating the bounded rationality model for the rapid crisis response with element of the people-centered model for long-term development. Bounded rationality model that decision maker operate with limited information, time and resources and therefore make good enough decision rather than purely optimal, perfectly rational one. This is vital during immediate emergency response like Gaza or flood affected areas where rapid deployment and prioritizing essential service to save life must happen under extreme pressure and information constraint. Second, people-centered model. For long-term recovery and development project, Mercy Malaysia actively adopt a people-centered and localization approach with involved beneficiary in the planning, implementation and monitoring stages. This align with their humanitarian development, Nexus HDN strategy. Justification and example. How does this work in practice? For Gaza response, medical team make critical surgical decision quickly at Al-Aqsa Hospital under pressure and limited resources. That's called bounded rationality. Second, achieve timely recovery after floods. Team work with the local community in the spirit of Gotong Royong to rebuild water system, ensuring all a people-centered and sustainable solution. That's called participatory model. In conclusion, Mercy Malaysia's success relies on the flexibility on its decision-making model by integrating bounded rationality for immediate crisis and a participatory approach for long-term development. The organization effectively balance the necessary speed of response with the sustainability required for lasting impact. Thank you very much for your time.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Rafiza binti Mat Shobian and I am a strategic planning consultant. Today, I will present an analysis of leadership in non-profit organizations focusing on Mercy Malaysia. Using Mercy Malaysia as a case example, I will explain how leadership practice affect coordination, decision making, and long-term sustainability in challenging humanitarian situations. Leadership in a nonprofit organization is focused on the mission, not on making profit. Its main role is to guide and inspire staff and volunteers to works towards the same goals. This type of leadership focus on service, teamwork, and long-term social impact rather than money. It is based on strong humanitarian values, ethics, and accountability so that all decisions and actions stay aligned with the organization's mission and the needs of the communities it serves. Effective leadership gives clear direction and purpose to the organization. It motivates teams who are driven by value and help build trust, teamwork, and long-term commitment among staff and volunteers. As a result, the organization can respond to disaster more effectively and meet community needs in a timely and well coordination way. Okay, now I will talk about what leadership issues in Mercy Malaysia. First, motivating volunteers and staff is a big challenge. They often work under high pressure, face heavy workloads, and sometimes don't get enough support or recognition. This can cause burnout and low commitment. Since volunteers are Mercy Malaysia's main strength, keeping them motivated is critical. Second one is teamwork and coordination can be weak. Communication between headquarters and field teams is sometimes unclear and departments can work in silos. These slow down disaster response and reduce efficiency. Third, there is sometimes a lack of a strong shared vision. The mission is clear but not always connected to daily tasks. This can lower engagement and raise concern among donors. Finally, decision making can be too centralized or rushed. Limited consultation, reduced trust, and innovations. Leaders also need to adapt to digital fundraising, climate disasters, and changing donor expectations. In conclusion, this challenge affect motivation, teamwork, vision, and decisions. By adopting participative, mission-driven, and people-focused leadership style, Mercy Malaysia can improve team effectiveness, strengthen donors' confidence, and better serve communities in needs. Okay, for Mercy Malaysia, the recommended leadership approach is transformational leadership. This style of leadership inspires people on focusing on the organization mission and core value. It encourages strong commitment that long-term involvement among staff and volunteers. Transformational leadership also help reduce volunteers burnout by giving them a clear sense of purpose and emotional support. For example, during a flood or disaster mission, Mercy Malaysia leaders regularly brief volunteers on the mission goals, check on their well-being, and recognize their contributions. This make volunteers feel valued and motivated to continue their work. In addition, this leadership style also supports change and innovation, which very important in humanitarian and disaster response work. Okay, now we have a supporting leadership approach called democratic leadership. This style encourages staff and volunteers to take part in the decision making process. By involving the team, it improves communications and teamwork across departments and field operations, which is very important for an organization like Mercy Malaysia that works in multiple locations. Democratic leadership also builds trust and transparency within the organizations. When leaders listen to and value the input of their team, it helps them make better, more practical, and well informed decisions. This approach not only strengthen the organization internally but also ensure that decisions are more effective and widely supported.
Hi everyone, my name is Wana Mutmainah binti Wan Awaman and I am a research and analysis consultant. Today I will be presenting a study on leadership transformation in non-profit organization focusing on Muslim Malaysia. In this presentation, I will highlight the key leadership qualities that contributed Mercy Malaysia transformation from founder-led organization into the globally recognized sustainable non-profit organization. Key leadership qualities: visionary leadership, strategic thinking, empowering and developing others, adaptability and crisis management, integrity and ethical leadership, collaboration and networking. These qualities have enabled the organization to grow from a small volunteer initiative to a globally recognized humanitarian NGO. Transformational leadership. Transformational leadership at Mercy Malaysia is about inspiring people to work toward a shared humanitarian mission. Leaders build a mission-driven culture, empower volunteers and future leaders, encourage innovation, and promote continuous learning. This approach strengthen organization, sustainability beyond the founder, and enhance global trust and recognition. Organizational success. Mercy Malaysia leadership transformation has led to clear organizational success. First, the institution has grown significantly, expanding operations both in Malaysia and across more than 30 countries worldwide. Second, sustainable leadership has been established, ensure the organization can continue in its mission without the founder. Third, volunteer engagement is strong, with comprehensive recruitment, training, and development programs that empower individuals to contribute effectively. Finally, Mercy Malaysia has gained global recognition, broadening credibility, through international partnership, and being classified as a WHO Type 1 emergency medical team. Together, these outcomes demonstrate how effective leadership drives institutional growth, sustainability, and impact the non-profit sector.
Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Nur Aisha binti Abdul Rahman, a management consultant and using a non-profit organization as our client, which is Mercy Malaysia. I'm going to talk about management trend and issue. Firstly, what is the management trend and significant? Management trend are modern practice used by organization to improve efficiently and achieve goals. This trend help non-profit use limited resources efficiently and maintain public trust. Mercy Malaysia have strengthened transparent governance, adopt digital management system and focus a long-term community development to use fund efficiently and maintain public trust. Secondly, key management trend affecting non-profit organization. Non-profit now use digital fundraising, virtual volunteer, data-driven impact measurement, and diversity initiative to improve effectiveness. This online platform help them to raise fund quickly during disaster. Now, what is the challenge and risk faced by non-profit organization? The major challenges include donor fatigue, cybersecurity threats, as organizations rely more on the online payment system, and also strict regulatory compliance by governments. And lastly, uh, integrating technology while maintaining core value. Non-profit must adopt technology responsibly while protecting data and staying true to their mission and value. The same goes in Mercy Malaysia. They have used technology to improve efficiently and data management value using data security and staying aligned with humanitarian value and ethical standard.
So, for the conclusion is Mercy Malaysia should have these four category. Firstly, the proper management plan. So, firstly, strategic planning. Secondly, efficient resources allocation. Thirdly, financial management, which the management should plan the budget throughout the year to establish this organization, and then monitoring and evaluate. Secondly, effective decision making. Firstly, timely and accurate decision, clear communication and coordination, ethical and accountable actions. And then third, we have strong leadership. The strong leadership can effective team motivation. With the good leadership, then the team member will do the right thing and a good ethic. And the secondly, ethical and responsible leadership, good communication skills and ability to lead during crisis. And then lastly, we got financial stability. Firstly, Mercy Malaysia should have fundraising activities such as doing the donation campaign, charity event, and online effort. So, thirdly, is emergency reserve funds. Whenever they got the fund, they got the budget, they should manage the finance. Sure, throughout the year with proper education. And lastly is strong and financial planning and budgeting. So that is all for the conclusion and that is all for our report. Thank you. Bye.